Muslim who was born in America to immigrant parents who are not from one of the 7 countries that the executive order was about, but I'm a victim of the same rhetoric that led to this executive order being signed. I'm here as a Duke student who experienced Islamophobic rhetoric right here on this campus 2 years ago during the Calder Pear controversy leading into today. I want to say something as someone whose family has lived through 9/11 and as someone who has experienced being a brown Muslim for 20 years. I want to say something especially to those who are not affected by this. I love you, but that's not my point of my speech. This has been a long time coming. Islamophobia has been around since and before 9/11. If you are not Muslim and surprised by this bill, disgusted by it, or simply can't believe it, recognize the privilege of that. We have been dealing with this for a really long time. There have been detentions without trial, unwarranted searches, imprisonment, brutality, deportations, the no-fly list, Muslim profiling, blatant Islamophobia, and misinformation of Islam. These have been around for years. Orientalism and clash of civilizations rhetoric has been around for decades. Only now has it become so heavily protested. So, do not talk to me if you are against this bill, but you are not against the power systems and hierarchies that created it. Do not talk to me if you speak out against this bill, but you do not speak out against the subtle Islamophobia in your workplace, in your family, and in your friends. Do not talk to me if you decry this bill, but you do not decry the American imperialism that fed the development of so-called Islamic terrorism, and the American capitalism that sold weapons to and supported those with ties to extremist organizations. Do not talk to me if you are anti our administration, but not anti the American individualist, nationalist, and neoliberal rhetoric that claims that supporting refugees is not our problem, while failing to recognize the reason they leave their country is a direct result of failed American and Western foreign policy, imperialism, and colonialism. So do not talk to me if you claim to be against this bill while tone policing Muslims and people of color when they react angrily, rightfully so, to discrimination. Whether that is claiming movements like Black Lives Matter are too radical, or shaming anti-government protest and defending property before defending our lives. Do not talk to me if you claim to be anti-discrimination, but performatively talk over people of color, women, and minorities when discussing these systems. And if you don't amplify our voices instead of yours. And don't talk to me if you think going to this protest is enough. It is not, and it will never be. We have to organize against all forms of oppression. We have to agitate the oppressive as well as the complacent. We have to educate the people around us. So call your congresspeople, demand that the university to be made a sanctuary campus, and to fund legal support for students getting back into the US from one of these affected countries. Continue going to protests, continue speaking out, and do not let yourself become complacent. Please. I will say that the United States right now does not acknowledge our humanity. And to be completely honest, it never has acknowledged the humanity of any minority or marginalized group. It never has. America was never great. And if it does not respect existence, it should expect resistance. Respect existence or expect resistance. Expect resistance. Expect our our resistance. Thank you.